Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 6th grade concept of solving one-variable equations and inequalities. This is 6.10a, Readiness Practice, the intermediate version. If you are interested in exploring the 6.10a Readiness Practice for the proficient or advanced versions, or the Readiness Practice resource along with any other standard, you can find those by using the link in the video description. So we need to solve this equation here. What that means is we need to isolate x. We need to have x all by itself. So first, let's rewrite this. I'm going to use my commutative property of addition. I just want to swap those two, right? I want to put 4x minus 2x plus 5. I'm just going to put the order of those, and it's slightly different, so I get my two x's together. Then I'm going to use the grouping property because I want to take care of that first. So if I have 4x's and I take away 2x's, right, I can almost visualize it like this. I got 4x's. I'm going to take away 2x's. Well, I've only got 2x's left. All right, so I've got 2x plus 5 equals 17. Now I can use properties of equality to get rid of anything other than x on a side. So if I were to use the subtraction property of equality, what that means is I can subtract 5 from both sides of the equation, and you see how I've got the plus 5 minus 5. Well, plus 5 minus 5 gets me a 0. Now I need to do a 17 minus 5, and that's going to give me a 12. So I've got 2x equals 12, and so now I'm going to use the division property of equality, because I want to divide both sides by 2, right? And that's going to give me 1x, which is just x, so x is going to equal 6. Now, I think x equals 6. Before I just move on, always need to solve. So let's do 4, and I'm going to put a 6 back in there, and it's going to be a plus 5 minus 2. And let's get our 6 back in there, and that equals 17. So we can always use substitution to double check our work. So 4 times 6, 24, plus 5 minus that's 12 equals 17. This is 29 minus 12 equals 17, and yes, 17 does equal 17, so x is going to equal 6. Next, we need to write and solve an inequality to find how much money Sarah needs to save. So she wants to save more than, okay, $25. She already has 12. Okay, so let's think of it like this. She already has $12. She wants to add to that money, more money, and we don't know what money is, so we're going to write that as M. That is going to be our variable. And instead of equaling something, we have a more than. Now, if we say more than or equal to, that's going to be different than more than. It just says more than, so we can rewrite this as greater than. So it's not going to be greater than or equal to. We want this 12m to be greater than. Sometimes if they will say at least, that means greater than or equal to, but in this case, it's just going to be greater than her target of 25. Okay, so we can do the same thing. We can write an inequality. So let's go ahead and put this one first. Now we can use our properties of equality, right? What we could do is we can subtract 12 from both sides, and we can get m needs to be greater than 13, right? As if she were to get $13, 13 plus that 12 is going to equal 25. So that's right on that edge. We just need to get a little bit above 13 in order to get what she needs. So as long as she gets greater than 13, we're going to be good to go. If she wanted 25 exactly, it would have equaled 13. Now we have the perimeter of a square garden. Okay, so we can draw a square. It's pretty simple. Let's draw a square, and we can say P equals 28 feet. Now we need to write and solve an equation to find S. Well, what is the perimeter? Okay, so the perimeter is 4 times the side. That's the equation that we have here. So we need to find one side length of the garden? Well, let's use our properties of equality. If I want to find s, that means I've got a 4 multiplied by s. So I need to think inverse operation. What's the inverse of multiplying by 4? Well, it's going to be dividing by 4. If I divide by 4, then that's going to cancel that out, right? And so I'm going to get, I'll put the s on the left, equals the perimeter divided by 4. So that's going to be my equation for one side length. Now, if I want to solve that, I know that my perimeter is 28, so I can say s equals 28 divided by 4, and that's going to equal 7. And that makes sense because 7 times 4 makes 28, so I can say side length is 7 feet. If you are interested in exploring the 6.10a readiness practice for the proficient or advanced version, or the readiness practice resource along with any other standard, you can find those by using the link in the video description.